staggering 78% of Americans have a social media profile. People from all ages are divided on whether it is pulling us together or pushing us apart. You most likely have had a social media app on your phone or social media profile on a computer. I myself have been known to meme it up from time to time. In short, it's all over everyday life. The effect social media has on every generation is pretty staggering. There are almost too many inherent issues on my topic, but today the three inherent issues I will be discussing are how privacy affects social media, the credibility of news, and the relationships that it brings. I will be first discussing the pros in my speech and then the cons. The first inherent issue is privacy. There are ways for your profile to only be seen by your friends. If you don't want a specific person to not see your profile, you can block them, or in your settings you can make it to where it's private so they have to follow you first before they can see what you post. And it also helps solve crimes. As an example, in 2011, the Vancouver Canucks, which is a hockey team, lost in the finals for the Stanley Cup playoffs, which in turn caused riots in that city and made people breaking into businesses and stealing things. And because that was posted on social media, they were able to find the wrongdoers. And the second is news. Over 50% of breaking news is heard about / learned about on social media. It is way easier to find if it is in your pocket, you pull it out, you can see the news happening right then and there. Besides, if you're not at your house, then you can turn on your TV. And social media has now ranked above newspapers. So people are not subscribing to newspapers anymore if it is way easier to find in social media. And the relationships that it brings is the third inherent issue. 70% of adult social network users say it helps connect with friends and family. This is very true. You can be halfway across the world or the United States and still stay connected with your friends and family of what they're talking about. And 88% say it helps connect with friends. With our busy lives today, being in high school and scholarships coming up, it can be hard to have time to hang out with your friends. So social media helps stay connected in that way. And now that the pro side has been discussed, it's time to discuss the con side. First being privacy. The government can't spy on you. With that, it could be an issue it could only be an issue if you are planning to do something bad, but then you shouldn't be posting that anyway. And many users don't know about the privacy settings. That may affect the older generation more, since our generation is pretty tech savvy, knowing about these privacy settings. And 28% of Facebook users share things publicly. This could be a problem when talking about how if you don't want someone to view your profile or stalk you. News. 49% of people have reported false news on social media. You probably have heard social media or fake news on social media too. And there are many sites to where they're just post fake news. And the most famous being The Onion, which you guys have most likely heard of. The third being relationships. 12% of adult users have had an experience which led to a face-to-face altercation. Although that is a low number, a face-to-face altercation does not happen very too much, and if social media is the main cause of it, that could be a problem. And 15% have reported that it has caused a friendship to end. There may be many factors which cause a relationship or friendship to end, but it could be a problem if the only reason that friendship ended was because of social media. And in conclusion, there are many issues on this topic. The three that were discussed today was privacy, news, and relationships. Social media is definitely on the rise and is here to stay, and it needs to be looked at to keep us from pushing apart, but rather pulling us together.
What kind of percentage would you think the cyberbullying happen on the gaming systems such as Xbox or PlayStation?
I think that is definitely a thing, but when you think about PlayStation, you're not always around it. You're at school or you're with family or friends, so you're not always around that. But on social media, you have it in your pocket almost all the time, so that could affect you more often than what you were talking about.
Sorry. Which of the many social media sites do you think presents the most problems, especially for stuff with privacy and relationships and so on and so forth?
Oh, I think we might not all have an Instagram, but I would say probably the most used is Facebook. So, and most of the adult users use Facebook more often than the apps that we use. So, I would say since more people use Facebook, then there could be more problems around that.
All right.